Hey everyone, we're back here in Bali to do some gi jiu-jitsu this morning. I'm going to show you all a very sneaky wrist lock from the Omoplata position. So if you want to have sneaky wrist locks, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. All right, so we're looking at Omoplata. So one of the things I like so much about Omoplata is how good of a transitional position it is. We can flow between many positions from here and many different submissions. Okay, so a lot of the times, again, we're talking about our partner keeping his hands on the mat. I'm overhooking from my Omoplata and I'm coming out to the side, pinching my knees together. Okay, everything's starting the same here. We're raising our elbow, stepping over with our left leg and scooting back to come to the Omoplata finishing position. Now, some of us are going to be more flexible than others. Okay, so sometimes I'll come here and I'll drive to finish. And I'll get a really easy tap, right? Some people might be more flexible, so I might need to adjust my tactics. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start reaching for his wrist and covering his knuckles, okay? If you guys look, we got a nice bend in the arm here, and I have control of the wrist. So now all I have to do to finish with a wrist lock is start pulling that hand down in a twisting motion to finish the wrist lock. These wrist locks are called gooseneck wrist locks, and they work with a back step on the elbow, and we're pushing down. If they're very flexible, they might be able to touch their hand to their wrist. So I always like to twist when applying the gooseneck wrist lock. When you guys make that twisting motion, you'll get the tap regardless. Okay? And what makes a gooseneck wrist lock work is the backstop on the elbow. Okay? So I want you guys to make sure the elbow is blocked by something. In this case, it's going to be your body with Omoplata. That's what's opening up the mechanics for this wrist lock. Okay, so when we apply that wrist lock, off an Omoplata, everything's going to start the same here. I start to sit up to finish. Now look, we already have the elbow controlled, right? We have control of his elbow in this position. So it's very easy for me to slide back, control the wrist with the gooseneck grip, and start to apply pressure down. So if we have someone very flexible, can I use you, Steve? Again, when I come in, I attack Steve with Omoplata. Now look at the difference in range of motion between Adrian and Steve. I have to drive very far forward with Steve because he has such good shoulder mobility. So if I get someone abnormally flexible, I need to change tactics. Okay, if I get to here and this is where the battle is, and I'm not getting the finish, look, I switch to Steve's wrist, just relax. And I'll start pushing down for the wrist lock. Now look, his wrist mobility was not yet anywhere even close to his shoulder mobility. Right, so it put me in good positioning here where all I had to do was push lightly and I could finish with the wrist lock.
So since now you're using that control the wrist, you put the weight through the elbow that I cannot do.
Yeah, so look, even if I let go of the waist, okay, look, I can do either hand. If I end up letting go of the waist, there's a chance he rolls. Right, but if I'm already attacking the wrist, go ahead and roll. I can still catch the wrist lock and finish. Okay, so you guys just got to be fast with wrist locks. Okay, wrist locks are not... We have less control over the position, so you guys need to be more aggressive to finish. Okay? Let's try it. 1, 2.